Hello there YouTube, it's your boy B3 and Naughty Cat, back with another kicking action figure review. As promised, today we are looking at the Legend of the White Dragon 2-pack with the White Dragon and Dragon Prime. Yes, this is from Valaverse, who does a lot of toys. They do a lot of these kind of military-esque, not quite G.I. Joe things, with these cool like hive troopers and stuff. They do some good looking work, but these are my first Valaverse figures because, of course, I wanted figures for Legend of the White Dragon. First off, rest in peace, Jason David Frank. I'm not a big Bat in the Sun fan, to be honest, but I do hope this movie actually does get released. I think that would be really cool. But it was supposed to happen first quarter of 2024, and it's kind of looking like it's not going to meet that deadline. Oh well, but since this is my first Valaverse and such a unique piece, which I did pre-order, and I'm reviewing this, recording the review, like as soon as I have it, like immediately, first chance I get after the haul video, but it'll be a little bit before it's up. So, Legend of the White Dragon, pretty cool looking, you know, blue are good and red are evil. That's how things work. Very fun. You know, legal stuff on the bottom. There's our White Dragon art, which is pretty cool. Pretty ace. Dragon Prime. Dig it. It's really just the same figure with a different color scheme. You know how it is with superheroes. Gotta have the villain that's just same but different color and power same. Anyway, there's a nice little read-up of the film that we may never see on the bottom. Eric Reed, aka the White Dragon, Jason David Frank, rest in peace King, who after being a fugitive on the run for 3 years has returned to the city he fought to protect. He must reclaim his powers to protect the family he keeps in secret before the mysterious Dragon Prime, played by Aaron Sugar, unleashes his own revenge. Revenge for what? Who knows? Why is White Dragon on the run? Don't know. This actually started out like as a Power Ranger fan film, but then they wanted to make it its own marketable thing, so they changed it to not being Power Rangers and being original characters. And then they kind of tried to bury the original like Power Ranger-y stuff for it on the internet, but the internet doesn't forget. But I am actually glad that it's divorced from Power Rangers. I do think that is probably a good thing for it. Am I glad that Bat in the Sun seems to really like using JDF's death in their marketing? They seemed a little too eager to jump on that, in my opinion. And also they seem to resent the Power Rangers franchise for some reason, which is odd because it's one of the things that made them popular on the internet. Oh well. I could actually do a whole video on that, but I really don't feel like it. Bat in the Sun gets on my nerves, though. Once again, though, rest in peace, King. Anyhow, let's bust these puppies out of package. And here they are out of package. The White Dragon and Dragon Prime. Very cool. First off, I want to show you accessories. As you can see, each figure comes with 2 fist hands, and then this kind of alternate gauntlet that gives them blades, and the blades actually have like kind of a nice little wash on them, which I didn't expect. They look really good. But in addition to that, they each have other accessories. White Dragon himself has a JDF head. At least I think that's JDF. Ugh. I guess it looks like an older JDF, maybe. Like older than he actually was. I don't know. For pretty much any action figure, the head of an actor, it just never seems to be quite right to me. I don't know if it's an Uncanny Valley thing or what. I don't know. But maybe it's just me. I don't know what that number on the side of his head means. I'm sure it has something to do with the movie that we'll hopefully see. I'd like to. We also have the standard gauntlet, so if you don't want to display them with their laser sword things. I like the laser swords. I've always loved blades that come out of like the top of the wrist like that, and I've always loved, you know, lasery blades, because who doesn't? And he's got two like karate chop hands, which are cool. And then two grappling hands, but I'll probably just display him with the fist hands. Who knows? It could also just change how I display him. And then Dragon Prime has pretty much the same stuff hand-wise, you know? You've got the kind of grappling hands and the karate chop hands. And you have the regular gauntlet. And then that actor's head. Actor I'm less familiar with, and off the top of my head can't tell you if that looks like him or not. But it's a very cool looking head. Both the heads are very cool looking. Both these guys also come with stands. They're just clear stands, but you know, they could have just given us a clear red stand and a clear blue stand, or just basic black stands. But they're like fully sculpted stands for just the white dragon, which is very cool. That's a little above and beyond, especially for like indie action figures of an indie film that might not even come out at this rate. Nice. It looks good. They look real nice, actually. Let's put them over there. And now let's get into these figures themselves. I'm only going to show you articulation on one of them because they are the same. Okay. Okay, White Dragon's head up pretty well. Down an okay amount, a little better than I thought, but it could be better. Side to side, a good wobble, you know, I like a good head wobble. You got the butterfly joint, just like on the Lightning Collection, forward and back. Oh, in and out, baby. Yeah. Very good. You got a bicep swivel. Oh, it's a little hindered, but it's okay. Yeah, that's good. You have a double elbow bend. Swivel on the wrist, and then you can't really do forward and back on there with that blade, but I can show it to you on this hand. You know, you've got a really good amount of torso articulation there, and then it poked me. A really good amount on the waist too. Oh, you can really do a lot of good posing. Look at that. In and out on the legs. Hey, sorry, in and out on the legs. That kind of up and down that the Lightning Collection tried to do well, but this figure actually does much better because it's not nearly as loose as all the Lightning Collection ones were, and I think that actually is really good. How did they do better than Hasbro on that? The big company, Hasbro? Anyway, it's a lot of good range in there. And since it can come out, it can kind of do that, but you can't get the leg to go back because it's a hard plastic bussy. Just like the Lightning Collection. Come on, when are we gonna get more rubber bussy coverings like NECA and McFarlane do? Oh well. Thigh swivel. A knee bend that's double. Oh, I'm farting. Nice little boot swivel there. An ankle pivot, that's pretty good. Up and down on those fadies. Well, not much up, but really good down. Peg hole and sculpted feet too. That's pretty good articulation. As good, if not slightly better, than a lot of Lightning Collection figures. But the Lightning Collection is basically dead, so I don't really see Playmates doing the Lightning Collection, you know? Anyway, I think the figure itself looks pretty good. The head is really big, but if you've seen like the images and stuff, it's a really big helmet. So that makes sense. Very nice. I think it would have been cool to have the visor be metallic, because the visor on Dragon Prime is metallic, and I think it would have stood out more and also looked more like Dragon Prime. So that would have been a good choice, but maybe they did it and they didn't like how it looks. Maybe it looks too gold and they wanted it to look more yellow. You know, I'm sure there's a reason, but it does look good. I'm just saying one is metallic and the other isn't, and I find that odd. So there must be a reason for it. This piece is separate, so you can take it off if needed, and it is fully detailed and stuff under there. I don't know why you would. I don't know if there's a scene in the movie where he's without it, because, hey, movie ain't out. But there's a lot of good just detail, a lot of beautiful metallic paint. They didn't cheap out on it. It looks really good. You can see it's fully painted up back here. Really nice. And Dragon Prime here is the same. Instead, he doesn't really have the brighter silver. It's more of a gunmetal, you know, and he doesn't have the same kind of band color of the gold on that. It's more of a solid color, you know. See, he's metallic. And all his gems and stuff are the same as his visor. White dragons aren't. They're white, not yellow, but his are red. I guess because if they were yellow, it would look worse with the gold. They both look really good. Hey, Naughty. Did you chomp me? Are you chomping me? She's always very playful when the dog is in the house. Dog's downstairs asleep. So she gets jelly. Oopsie. Alright, so now let's get into everybody's favorite part. Size comparisons. Okay, now that Naughty has chosen to wander off, I didn't want to forcibly move her. She likes laying on this mat. You can probably always see little hairs on it and stuff. But now that she has moved up to the corner over there, I'm going to show you size comparisons of these guys. Obviously, they're the same sculpt, so they scale exactly, perfectly, matchily with each other. And now, my pal, I'm going to show them with a lot of different figures, more than I would normally do for one of these, just because these are the only White Dragon figures and they're indie figures, and I figure I should show them with a lot of different things. First off, the Lightning Collection. The Power Rangers Lightning Collection. I have reviewed minifigures from it recently, and here were some of them. Here is the A-Squad SPD Green Ranger from Best Buy. Looks excellent. Moving on. Very good. Alright. How about more of a Boom Studios comic thing? Apparently, Bat in the Sun doesn't like Boom Studios because they think they ripped off everything they did or something. I don't know. It's the Tyranno Sentry. Pretty cool. I think they look great together. Really great, actually. Very cool. Now we're gonna pop this guy away. Let's show them with a Mighty Morphin Ranger. It's actually the Yellow Ranger Jason. Yeah, which could also be the Sentai Ranger. Since, you know, they were male in the Sentai. That works. Then, that figure's from a 2-pack. So let's show the other Ranger from the 2-pack. The Red Ranger Trini. She could also be the 60s Red Ranger that went to the moon. Looks good. Pull her away. Here is a custom painted Lord Drakon Psycho Ranger from Timbri 3D. Timbri 3D, I saw their prototypes for White Dragon stuff. I guess they didn't end up being the ones to make the figure, obviously. But that looks good. I actually think the Psycho Ranger aesthetic works quite well with the dragons here. And one last Lightning Collection figure before we move on to the next line. This one I reviewed a little while ago. All those others were pretty recent reviews, but this one I reviewed maybe a little over a year ago. Mesogog. I just have him here because I reviewed his throne from Timbri 3D. Pretty good. He looks quite good here. Let's move him to the side. A couple more Power Rangers. How about from Hasbro's Kid figure line? Like the Beast X King Red Ranger from Beast Morphers. You could make it work with a lot of posing, probably. Same really goes for the Beast X Yellow Rangers from their Beast Morphers line. Looking good, folks. Once again, she and that Red Ranger are a little small, but with a lot of posing, you could really make it work like Metallics SD does on Instagram. Definitely check them out. Now, how about the Sentai Hero Series? So this is a Super Sentai figure. It is the Bandai Japan Sentai Hero Series 2 Kaiser, who does seem too big for them, sadly. He is a tall guy, really just in a different scale entirely, unfortunately. But you know what I haven't been showing in my Toku Hero reviews recently? Figure arts. And I probably should have been. My Ranger figure arts are all in storage, but I've had a Kamen Rider figure art right here next to me, on this dresser, for all of these reviews. So hey, why not you start using it, huh? Here is the Tamashii Web exclusive Kamen Rider Amazon Sigma, who once again is a little small with them, but with a lot of posing, you could maybe make them look okay. Once again, I see Metallics XD on Instagram doing that all the time with figure arts and Lightning Collection, making them blend seamlessly and stuff. You just really have to get your angles right and whatnot, and have them posed up creatively. And also, I think design-wise, these guys work really well together. I'm a big fan of the kind of like bio-organic look for Henshin heroes, much like the Amazon Riders do. And when I say Amazon Riders, I don't just mean the ones in Kamen Rider Amazons. I also mean like Black Sun Riders as well. Maybe one day I'll finally review that Black Sun figure art of mine. Huh. But there's another figure I want to show you. Another Henshin hero. Now behold, the Rider Hero Series Kamen Rider Saber Dragonic Knight. So another dragon dude. Yeah, just like the Sentai Hero Series, he is too big. This is the only figure out of all the ones I've shown in size comparisons so far that I have not reviewed. I'm kind of just late on him. I need to get around to him. He'll probably be one that I review relatively soon, since I'm clearly focusing on Toku heroes right now. But yeah, design-wise, I think he looks really cool with them. But this figure is once again just too big. And just to show something from the Ultraman franchise, I don't want to show them with an Ultraman, but how about an Ultra Monster? Huh? Huh? Here is Zaragus, Ultra Monster Series number 4. Clearly, this is from the original Ultraman, from my favorite episode of the original Ultraman, Don't Shoot Arashi. I just got this one. It was in the same action figure haul as these White Dragon figures, and I wish it was a little bigger. You know, I think it's just Henshin heroes fighting Henshin heroes in the White Dragon movie, probably. Once again, I don't know. There's not really much to go on, and I also kind of intentionally avoid trailers and spoilers and stuff all the time. I just don't understand people that enjoy having movies spoiled for them, and I never will. Maybe if this was a 6-inch scale kaiju, it would look better, but eh. And yes, I know that this is a Dai kaiju that destroys buildings, and they would never be the same size. But it's just like a what-if thing, you know? What if it was a smaller monster? I'm allowed to ask that question. And I know I just said I wasn't going to show an Ultraman, but if you really believed that, I feel sorry for you. I was joking. I'm, of course, going to show an Ultraman. These are the big 3 Toku heroes. Come on. You get the Sentai Rangers, the Riders, and then the Ultras. Yes, this is the anime Ultraman from the movie Monster series from Bandai Japan. And I specifically picked this Ultraman because this is a human-sized Ultra. It is a descendant of Hayata, whose genes have Ultraman genes in them. And he wears this suit to help him battle Seijin and Kaijin and stuff. And to be completely honest, this looks really good. This is a great scaling. Now this makes me want the other movie Monster series anime Ultraman even more. I think he's a slightly different design than the manga Ultraman. For the manga Ultraman, I think you'll probably be better off with like a figure art Ultra Act kind of thing. But these are much cheaper, which is why I'm getting them. And yeah, that looks good. He actually looks great with these White Dragon figures. That makes me so happy. Wow, like I knew they'd go well with the Lightning Collection. They're very clearly made with the Lightning Collection in mind. But yeah, I'm really digging that scaling. He works great with these two, and that makes me very happy. So, what are my final thoughts on the Legend of the White Dragon, a Valaverse White Dragon and Dragon Prime 2-pack? Well, I have my doubts that the movie will come along. But even if it doesn't, these are very interesting action figures for what I hope is a very interesting film. You know, it's kind of the last piece of JDF's legacy in film and television. And it's nice to have this part of it, even if something doesn't happen with the film, you know? I like these figures. They're good figures, with a lot of good accessories, that scale well with a lot of my other ancient heroes. And that makes me incredibly happy. Just having cool figures is always good, even if the movie ends up not coming out, or even worse, coming out and sucking. Even if it sucked, I'd probably like it. But I'm pretty cool with these, and now I just need Radiant Black figures, and I'll be happy. And the Dead Lucky, and, you know, pretty much anyone in Supermassive. But that's it. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below, Facebook, Twitter, etc. And I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.